Hi, this is Kat with Beadaholique, and in this video I'm going to show you how to make a long Y necklace featuring acetate components from Zola Elements. Now these are beautiful geometric shapes, and I'm actually going to talk about some of the different ways when you can do this very simple design. But first I want to start by talking about some of the beautiful colors that I have on my table here. Now this is just a selection of the items that we have, but I just want to draw your eye first up here to look at this beautiful pearl color. Now this almost is reminiscent of like a mother of pearl, but what I love is this is a resin acetate, so it's going to be really nice and lightweight. So that is our beautiful pearl color, and you can see that we have many geometric shapes there. And then over here, this might be one of my favorites. This is called Mermaid, and you can see that it has these beautiful little flecks of teal and pink. It also has a little bit of that pearl element in there as well. So again, you can just sort of see the scale next to each other. We have some big rectangular pieces, some nice oval pieces, and then we have some really nice and saturated little components here as well. And then over here, we're going to call this one the Black Pearl because, again, it has that really pearlized resin happening there, but it's got a little bit of that black kind of streamed throughout. Just really nice and really, really warm. So I love this one. And again, you can see it we have in those geometric shapes. So for my example here, I'm going to be using the light tortoise shell. Now this, again, is a nice creamy tortoise shell, so it has a little bit of I don't want to call it a yellow. It's a little bit more of an ivory that's happening in there. So what I wanted to do is I really thought that it would pair very nicely with gold. So let me just kind of show you the necklace that I have in my mind. So I wanted to use this geometric element here. This is a nice big rectangle, and I wanted that to sort of be my focal. So this rectangle has one hole at the top, so this is going to be the base of my necklace. And now I found these Nunn design links, and they have two holes, and I just thought they would be really kind of neat there. So I was like, all right, well, I can link that together with a jump ring. And then these light tortoise shells, they also come in links. So it was actually about the same scale, so I really liked that. So it has a hole at the bottom and at the top. And I figured just to kind of give it a longer element here, I'm just going to put these together. And I think I wanted to do 3 of the gold pieces and 2 of that tortoise shell. But it's really kind of 3, so it's a nice visual balance. And then I have some chain over here, and I wanted to just take the chain, and I'm just going to kind of lay it out here. So what you're going to get is you're going to get that nice little Y happening here. Now, let me just sort of move these pieces down because I want to show you some of the options that you can really explore with this type of design. All right. Now I have about 3 feet of chain here. That's because I wanted to do a nice long necklace. It's very in style, and I just thought just to really give a nice focal to what's happening down here at the bottom, have a nice long chain. Also this way you can adjust that from the back of the chain as well to get the perfect length that you want. So this is kind of my little Y shape that I have happening here. So one alternative that you could do is instead of utilizing the gold there, you can actually move it up the chain, and you can cut your chain in half and kind of continue your design. You can also just remove these pieces as well. And let me set that aside because we have a lot of circles going on there, but these also come in little rectangular links. So if you wanted to kind of keep a little more interest happening there, you can do that. But also watch what happens when I use a larger link here at the bottom. And it just is going to play with scale really nicely. And there's my second one. So you can also do something like that too, where this is going to be a little bit more in the same width. So this type of design is really, really simple to do, but I just want to kind of visually show you some of the other things that you could do. Now you can do an oval down here at the bottom. You don't have to do that rectangle. You can also go for something really nice and slim. You can just really keep it to a slim Y. You can actually kind of taper that down if you wanted to. You can keep it really nice and slim here by just adding in these as well. You also don't have to use the metal elements. You can just link these together if you just wanted something like that. I like the metal elements personally, so that's what I'm going to use. So I'm actually going to go back to my original design here, but I just wanted to show you some of the ways that it's really easy to take this design and make it your own. All right, so let's kind of put my necklace back together here. So I'm going to go for this. I really like this. I also think I'm just going to keep it really simple here. I'm not going to cut that chain, but if you did want to do that, you can absolutely do that. You can even add some different geometric elements up here as well. So let's just keep it really nice and simple and dive into our design here. So again, I have some chain, I have my Nunn Design metal components, I have my two little links there, and I have my rectangular pendant here. I'm going to be using some 5mm 20 gauge jump rings, and these work really well with the acetate, with the thickness of it. And then as far as tools go, I'm just going to be using a pair of chain nose pliers, a pair of bent chain nose pliers, and then if you did want to cut that chain, you're going to want to have a pair of flush cutters handy. All right, so let's just go ahead, and honestly, it's just linking jump rings. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to open up that jump ring by giving it a little gentle twist, just like so. And I'm just going to hook it on, and then I'm going to hook on my little Nunn Design link here. And what I like about the 5mm jump rings is they are tight, but when you lay it down, they're nice and slim. So I want to definitely use those. And I'm just making sure that it's really nice and closed. All right, so then we just move to the next one here. And again, just opening up that jump ring. And you'll notice sometimes with the acetate pieces, they can be on one side, they can have a certain look, and on the other side, they can have a completely different look. So you just need to decide which side you want, and like maybe you want the bold side to be up. So it's just entirely up to you, but they are nice and smooth on both sides, so there is no front and back. So it allows you to really choose the design, and each piece is unique. So that's always really fun with a design. So each piece is going to be one of a kind. All right, so just continuing here. Now with these Nunn Design pieces, I just do want to let you know that there is actually a front and a back to these. You can see that the back is a little bit flatter and the front is a little bit rounder. So again, just making sure that everything is facing the way you want it to. And just close that up. Again, making sure we have a nice good closure there. We don't want to lose our jewelry. And you can even see that you can make this into an earring if you wanted to make a matching set. I think that would be really, really fun. We do have other videos showing you how to use the Zola acetate pieces, and they're just so wonderful. And you know what? I love that it's a really lightweight piece, a really lightweight necklace. They make great earrings because of that, so you can really play with the scale and not add too much weight, because sometimes it's just not comfortable to wear something that is too heavy, you know, especially if you have sensitive ears. So that's, again, just one thing that I really love about this line. And I just had to open my jump ring a little bit more. There we go. And closing that up. All right, and I have one more piece to attach here because, like I said, I want this to be a nice, long, stylish necklace. And looping it in there. And again, being aware that those Nunn Design components have a front and a back. All right, so this is my main piece here. So all I need to do is I'm just going to take my chain and line up the ends here, and then just find a middle link in my chain. And open up one more jump ring there, slip it onto the component, and then I see the link that I want, and I'm just going to go in there and scoop it up, and that should be nice and halfway, and close that up. All right, so now it's actually attached to that, so it's not going to slide around. If you did want it to slide around a little bit, I suggest using a larger jump ring to kind of go over the chain, but that 5mm is going to work just perfectly right there. And then to add the finishing touches to our necklace here, I just need to add a clasp. Now, if you wanted to make this a go over the head type of a necklace, you can just add a jump ring and just link those two together. But I am going to actually add a clasp to this one. And just as a little tip, if you're making jewelry to sell, you'll most often want to place the lobster clasp where it's going to fit on the right hand of the person wearing it. So you can see for me it's on the left because if I go to put this on, it's going to be on the right. but that's just a little tip. So most people are right-handed, so they expect the little, the harder part of the clasp to be in their right hand, but it's entirely up to you. All right, and then just close this jump ring up right here. Make sure we have a nice good closure because this is our clasp, so we don't want to lose that. And close it up, and we have our beautiful Y necklace. There we go. All right, and you can see that I have lots of extra chain here, so this is going to be nice and long and beautiful. All right, so that is how you make a long Y necklace with the acetate pieces from Zola Elements. So just choose your favorite geometric design and have fun making this design your own. You can shop all that you've seen here and even the tools by heading over to beadaholique.com. And if you're new to our YouTube channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button below.